You're not one step away from a magical breakthrough, so stop lying to yourself. And I don't mean that aggressively. I mean it in the way that you already know it's true. You already know the actions that you've been avoiding for days, weeks, months, maybe even years, but you don't dare say it out loud to anybody in case you feel like you're not good enough. Because I know you've had that thought before, that I'm close. Just one more tweak and everything's going to click into place and my life's just going to feel magical and I'm going to feel fulfilled. So stay with me, because I'm going to show you why that feeling keeps on coming back and will keep on coming back, and what the actual thing is that's keeping you stuck so you can move forward from it. Because I used to sit there all the time thinking I was so close to some magical breakthrough. I'm going to get in shape, I'm going to have money. I was sitting there watching the videos, saying the ideas, getting that little hit of clarity and dopamine. And I know you know exactly what I'm talking about. That moment where you feel like, yeah, this is it. I get it now. And for a moment, for that little moment in the back of your head, you really believe it and you get that surge of dopamine and you feel like, yes, this is the moment where I truly lock in. And then the next day comes and you wake up, you check your phone, you lie in bed and you scroll for way longer than you should, and you lie there thinking, I can't even get going today, I don't feel motivated. And then another day where you don't do the things that you said you were going to do again. And it happens day after day, week after week, month after month. And that's the part that really messed with me. It wasn't the failure, it was the knowing I could do more, be more, have more, and still not doing it. And that just creates a feeling within you that you can't shake. You feel it in those quiet moments when you're sitting in your car, when you're lying in your bed, in between tasks, knowing that there's so much more I could be doing right now. That thought that you're not living how you should be. And I know you can relate to it, else you wouldn't have clicked on this video in the first place today. You'd have clicked off it by now. So you try to ignore those feelings, so you distract yourself. You go back to consuming, whether it's content, drugs, alcohol, looking for the next idea, because it feels productive. Oh God, it feels productive, so beautiful, but it's not. It's avoidance dressed up as progress. And that's where all this gets uncomfortable, because once you see that and once you recognize it, you can't unsee it within your own life anymore. And all of a sudden you realize that you don't need more information, you need transformation, and you need implementation, because you already know what to do. You're just not doing it on a consistent enough basis to build up any kind of level of momentum. And that's the no escape moment, because now it's not about knowledge, it's about you. It's about moving your needle forward in a meaningful way, because you are not a lazy person. You just divided and misaligned at the moment, because part of you wants more. You want to feel sharp, you want to feel locked in, you want to feel in control, you want to build something real. But yet you're too comfortable to actually take the actions that are going to do that. And then there's this other part of you that keeps on choosing the easy route, saying that I'll do it later, I'll start tomorrow, I just need to figure all of this out first and get the perfect plan. Just listen to what I'm saying. I know you relate to that, where you're saying to yourself, I'll figure it out and get the perfect plan. You're in a constant state of figuring it out instead of just doing it and building some progress and some momentum. And that's why nothing meaningful ever changes, because you feel like you're moving forward when in reality, you're just standing still. And the longer you stay there, the heavier it gets, the more stressed you feel, the more you know you're not living up to your true potential. Because every time you break your word, you feel it in your head and in your heart. That little drop of self-respect where you say to yourself, you don't even take action on the things you know you should do. If I just could do these consistently, my life would look how I'd want it to look. And that feeling of lack of self-trust, it leaks into everything else, your body, because you train, but not consistently. There's no real standards, so you don't trust yourself anymore. And that's a sad place to live for any man, and I know you can relate to that. Then there's your mind, constant noise, overthinking everything, avoiding what matters. So you constantly feel scattered, which then means your money starts, stops, delays, and there's no real momentum. Some weeks you're making money, other weeks you're stressed about money. So that makes you feel stagnant and stuck, because you've got a soft body, scattered mind, and a stagnant income. And you keep on thinking you're one tweak away from it all locking into place and feeling amazing, but you're not. You're just one honest decision away to stop lying to yourself and take action on the things that move forward, because the truth is simple. You already know what your life would look like if you actually did what you said you would do across your body, your mind, and your money. Because any man gets those three areas locked into place in his life, and life starts working for you. Because you know there's a version of you out there who trains properly, who handles things immediately, who's locked in mentally and doesn't negotiate with himself and makes money on a consistent basis. And that's the real gap. It's not knowledge, it's standards. That's what I had to face head on. I didn't need more ideas. I didn't need more shiny objects and perfect plans. I needed to stop avoiding the basics on a day-to-day basis that move my needle forward across body, mind, and money. And that's what I started to do, not perfectly, but consistently. I started doing the things that I said I would do. And something small shifted within my life. And I say something small shifted, everything shifted, because my body sharpened, my head got quieter, and I felt less overwhelmed and stressed and anxious and overthinking. And I just got things moving, any means necessary, which then meant my money improved. Opportunities felt easier and were magnetized to me, and conversations felt natural. And it wasn't even because I found something new or some magical bit of information, but because I became somebody different. Same life, different man. That's what alignment looks like. And once you feel it, you realize how much time you've wasted thinking you were close to that magical breakthrough into things just locking into place, or that wonderful opportunity finding you. But you weren't close. You were circling around it, and you still are, until you change how you operate. So the real question that you should be asking yourself is, how much longer are you going to pretend that you're one step away from a magical breakthrough that's going to change everything and make your life amazing, when you already know what needs to be done, what actions you've been avoiding? Cut off that body fat, stop scrolling on your phone all day, get a system in place for income generating activities so you're making money every day. Click the link in the description and get your free copy of the alignment blueprint, which is the system I use with all my private clients to help them get aligned across body, mind, and money. And then a plan to actually execute it so your life moves forward and momentum gets built on good days, bad days, and flat as a pancake days. Because your life doesn't change when you learn more. It changes when you stop avoiding what you already know. So I'll see you in the next video, but don't bother clicking on the next video if you're not going to get your free copy of the alignment blueprint, the system I use with all my private clients. Let's